What's going on, and welcome to the Hikers Network, where our mission is to bring you positivity, info, and knowledge. If you're new to the channel, my name is Jeremiah Stringer, and here we talk about all things hiking and backpacking. So if you're into that kind of thing, you might as well subscribe to our channel. Now on this channel, we do a lot of things, but the Hikers Network specifically is a series I do where I report different stories in the hiker sphere, and I like to promote other channels too. If I like what they're doing, I like for you guys to go check those out. So I love it whenever you guys like send me a DM on Instagram, or you shoot me a message on Facebook, or you comment it in one of the videos and tell me, hey, here's something I would like for you to check out, and maybe that would fit well on the Hikers Network. So if you have a story, you know, maybe it's an article that you read, or you know, something positive that would help the community or get knowledge out there, or maybe it's just another channel and you're like, this is a good channel, I think you should check it out, and if you like it, promote it on your channel. Make sure you comment those below, and I would love to have your all suggestions. Now this first story, I actually found this on Facebook, and somebody had tagged a website, and I was like, well, this is something to do with hiking, I'm going to check it out. And I started reading, and it's about a guy named John Ironheart Kolker. And I'll link in the description, along with this story, the timestamps to all the other things I'm going to talk about today. But him specifically, he actually collapsed of cardiac arrest. And that date was December the 17th, 2011, that he dropped. And since then, he has completely done a 180. See, he was overweight and he was inactive, and you know, he come out of the military, and he decided to kind of do a 180 since then. And so he has set his mind on section hiking the Appalachian Trail. And so far, since then, he has actually backpacked 1,200 miles. 1,200 miles of the AT. He is going strong. I messaged him on Facebook and talked to him a little bit. Seemed like a really cool guy. And he said the main way that you can follow him is via his Instagram. And again, it's John Ironheart Kolker. And what I thought was really cool, that he's doing kind of something similar to me and using backpacking as a tool to help, you know, with any anxiety that you have, as well as to stay active physically. So I thought that was super awesome. If you want to read more about his story and how he has overcome this cardiac arrest, where he actually dropped dead and had to be resuscitated, you can read more about it. The website is hearthike.org. And I said, do you have anything you want to share with everybody? And he said, yeah, this upcoming year I plan to finish the entire state of Pennsylvania on the AT and continue to keep cranking out those miles and push past 1,200 and go even farther, and finally finish my goal at some point in the future to complete the whole thing. So make sure you check him out. Again, you can check out his Instagram and the website, which I've linked below. Just a couple of other things about John. He smoked for 31 years, and now he's 56. And since he's quit, he's been out there backpacking away, and he's lost like 56 pounds. I think it is absolutely incredible. All right, let's go on to our second topic of today. We're going to hit you with a little bit of Dixie. Dixie from Homemade Wanderlust. If you haven't seen her most recent video, it is very, very long. So what she did was, she wants to help out the backpacking community, and especially beginner backpackers, and she compiled this series that she's already filmed on all kinds of different tips and techniques and gear and that kind of stuff that you would need whenever you first start backpacking. And I know from experience just how valuable her information is, because it inspired me whenever I was doing my research, and I was like, man, I want to start a backpacking channel too. So that was one of those, you know, base underlying channels that really got to me and really gave me a lot of useful information that I've since put to work. So she compiled this list. If I remember right, it is like 3 hours and 43 minutes. So if you're just getting into backpacking and you just want to watch it all in one swoop, you can check out Dixie's channel, where she's put all those videos together. Okay, let's hit you with another big name. Our third topic of the day, Darwin on the Trail, which I think is interesting, that on the trail, it's all one word on his YouTube channel. Did you ever notice that? So Darwin, he has been out, and him and Nemor were actually out together at one point on the AZT, and he has been filming he's wanting to do some stuff on the other side of the camera and help tell other people's story, and he has put together this documentary, and he actually finally dropped the release date of that documentary. So one of his most recent videos is the release date of the film Through the Great Southwest. And specifically, it's going to drop on February the 17th of 2020. So very soon, only a couple months away if you're watching when I publish this video. And that's going to drop in Flagstaff, Arizona. Then he's going to release it to the public, and I think you can download it on Amazon Prime, if I'm not wrong, and purchase it that way. But it's going to be exactly 1 week later, February the 24th. So if you want to see the trailer of that specific documentary, which I'm actually really excited to watch because I love Darwin's, his ability to tell a story. So him helping share other people's story, that's awesome. He actually released the trailer along with that release date in his one of his recent videos. So check that out. I will link it below, along with his channel tagged. Let's go on to topic number 4. You know him, I know him. His name's Dan Becker. And Dan Becker dropped this on me, and he's been kind of teasing it on his Instagram. But him and Chad and Paul over at UGQ and Joe, you're like, who's Joe? Joe Robinet. If you haven't heard of Joe Robinet, his channel has probably one, I don't know. Let's check it. 1.3 million peeps. Are you kidding me? That is so fantastic. I was so excited for Dan whenever he dropped that news to me. He shot me a text, and I was like, give me those juicy details, man. What you got going on behind the scenes? And he's like, man, I'm about to hit the trail and do a little snowshoeing with Joe Robinet. So the video drops, if you're watching this on Wednesday, his video drops Thursday. And today is, well, you're watching on the 18th probably. So Dan's video is dropping on the 19th, December the 19th, and Joe Robinet's video is dropping on December the 20th. And look at these pictures that he sent me. Is this not incredible? Dan getting out there, camping and snowshoeing in those freezing temperatures and hanging out with one of the greats, Joe Robinet. You have to check out these videos. So as soon as those drop, I will put the link in the description. And if not, go check out Dan's channel, check out Joe's channel. Just incredible. I'm so excited for them. They went up to the UP, the Upper Peninsula in Michigan. And, it is absolutely gorgeous up there. It's like a frontier. Amazing, amazing. So I can't even begin to state, I'm sure, how great of a time that they had. Let's go on to topic number 5. Topic number 5 is brought to you by me. This is a shameless self-plug, but I'm sticking it in here because I want you guys to know. On my community tab, I put on there that I'd started this Facebook page, but actually made a page dedicated just to this channel. It's called Jeremiah Stringer Hikes. So if you want to check that out, I basically made it as a platform because YouTube, it's pretty interactive and I can comment back and forth with you guys, but I feel like on Facebook, I can actually have a conversation. So Facebook, it seems it's more like forum style. So if you want to check that out, I'm making posts on there that you wouldn't see on YouTube. Throwing out some conversations. So I'll link that in the description as well, and you can click on the link and it'll take you straight to the page. So wanted to throw that out there to you guys. All right, on to the next topic. Our next topic is somebody I've talked about before, Devin Ashby, and he has Backcountry Exposure. It is another YouTube channel, and he actually had me on the podcast. I talked about it. I messaged him and he had me on there and we talked about long distance hiking. So if you're even considering doing some long distance backpacking, I would highly, highly suggest you to, I'm a little bit biased, because it's me, but I would highly suggest that you check out that podcast called The Backpacking Experience. And he had me on the 2nd episode, and that's already published and it's already live. So you can check that out on Stitcher. You can check it out on Spotify. You can check it out on iTunes. So make sure you hit that up, The Backpacking Experience, and listen to us. And we talk extensively for like an hour about what are some knowledge-based things that are going to help you prepare for your thru hike. What's the process like? How do you get ready? We talked about gear. We talked about, just how to even get to the trail. And so got some great stories in there. So again, I'd highly suggest you check it out. All right, on to our next topic. Topic 7. I know y'all been waiting on this. Jason Wish. Jason Wish. He actually published both part 1 and part 2 of his FKT attempt. You're like, what's an FKT? I'll tell you what an FKT is. It's the fastest known time, and my boy Jason Wish got it for the Sheltowee Trace in my home state, baby. So Jason Wish, if you have not seen his kind of documentary style video on his fastest known time, the Sheltowee, this man hiked 333 miles, even more than that, I guess because he got a little off track. But he hiked that in like 9 days and something. That man is absolutely insane. So if you have yet to see his videos, both of those are published. So make sure you're heading over to his channel and watching those once this video is complete. Let's go to the next thing. We're boom, 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 fast fire, baby. The next story is about Jupiter Hikes. So Jupiter Hikes, he actually is from Florida, lives in Florida, or at least I think he's from Florida from watching his videos, but he's living in Florida, and he talked about how, you know what, he only gets a small window to backpack since he lives in Florida, and then he has to do a lot of traveling. So he thought, why not try out the van life? So his most recent video is how he converted just a normal regular passenger van into something that he can live out of whenever he's doing these long trips. And I think it's absolutely amazing, and I'll tell you why. One, I like his content, and two, my wife and I are actually talking about doing the same thing so I can do, you know, the entire Appalachian Trail and not have to be away from her the entire time. I'll get to be around her at least once, 2, 3 times a week, however often, and you really miss that side whenever you're doing long distance backpacking, or at least I did on through hikes. And 2, I get to snuggle with the doggies, and I know you all like the doggies. So at some point I would love to do the AT, and that seems like a good way that I could, you know, actually achieve that goal. So Jupiter Hikes, I appreciate you inspiring me and dropping that knowledge on us on if you did want to convert a van and do that type of deal. A lot of great info, man. All right, let's wrap up today's video by reading a few comments from the most recent video that dropped. The most recent video that I published was about the Osprey Atmos 65 liter. Let's have a little fun with this. That is a backpack that I've been using, and I did a top 10 FAQ. The first comment comes from Wanderlust. Wanderlust says, I love the energy you have about everything. Thank you, thank you. I bet you're a fun teacher. Smiley face, smiley face. Well, I certainly hope so. Sometimes the kids don't think so because I feel like I'm a little bit super passionate about backpacking. Math is good too. I know y'all roasting me in the comments right now. Math is good too, but I absolutely love backpacking. Next comment. Will It Ascend says, when I die, I want to be buried in a 300-liter Osprey bag. I love Osprey. I love your dark sense of humor, man. I think that is absolutely hilarious. And I told him, dude, that's going to be the funnest funeral I've ever been to. Oh, man. Larry says, gotta say, I'm pretty impressed how high you got your leg. Larry, I'm kicking that notification bell. That's what I'm doing, man. Kick it, kick it. Let's do one more. Backpacking Florida says, nice pack, but let's talk about that beard. That beard is filling out great and certainly worth the extra ounces. Oh my gosh. Backpacking Florida, thanks for recognizing, man. I mean, I'm not a super beard guy, but it does keep the face nice and toasty warm in the winter. We'll keep growing it out a little while. And then I'll shave it and you all comment, you'd be like, who is that guy? I shaved it one time and my students were like, Mr. Stringer? Or are you a substitute? And I was like, it's me. All right, folks, if you've enjoyed the video, give me one of these. If you haven't checked out the last episode of Hikers Network, check it out right there. Like, subscribe, kick that notification bell. We'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.